Hi guys, Paul from PABrewNews. Got a beer here from the Saucony Creek Brewing Company. Now that's a beer company that I really like to get to. I really don't get down that way. I think they're in Kutztown. I really don't get down to that area too much. I don't, excuse me, I just had a beer and there's carbonation involved. I don't get to the Kutztown area, Lebanon area, Lancaster area. I just don't get there enough. Um, there is a lot of people, a lot of traffic, and it kind of deters me a lot of times. Now I do head on down 15 to Gettysburg, but that's kind of like a straight shot down on the other side. It's not towards that area too much, but I should really brave the storm one day and really run down to Springhouse and Saucony Creek and things like that for sure. This one is Saucony Creek's, of course, independently brewed PA brewer, which brewed in PA. You can see it right there on the bottom. I just love that. I don't care about the independent craft brewer label. The brewed in PA just makes me happy. Now this one is Unicorns Riding in Hot Air Balloons. New England style India Pale Ale. Now their Unicorn series is a rotational India style Pale Ale beer line, as far as I know. I know they have a lot of different unicorns. I think one was like unicorns eating leprechauns, unicorns on acid and heroin. I don't know. There's lots of different unicorn series. Where the girls are running water again, trying to flood the house. Apparently, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this is the unicorn series. And because I'm a big Brony and My Little Pony fan, you gotta love a unicorn. You just do. It's just one of those things you just do. So I hope the well pump will stop soon. I didn't get into the beer yet, so we'll still call that for par. We'll call that par right there. So we have the Avery beer glass, I think it's called, not class. The Avery beer glass, and we have the Saucony Creek, and we're going to do a side pour so we can label out with the beautiful unicorn. There we go. Water stopped just in time. Tap, just in case. Beautiful lemon. Vibrant sherbet lemon color up to the light. Of course, haze for days. Little soft streaming carbonation you can kind of see. The nice pillowy white head. Alcohol legs sticking. Let's see if they were nice enough to put an ABV on. 6.2 alcohol by volume, so regular pale ale, not a double IPA, but hey, whatever. Up to light again. Very nice. Okay, let's see if we can get some aromas on this one. Pick this up at Bloom Brew over in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. But if you go down the road, I do know that they carry some Saucony Creek stuff because I picked some Saucony Creek stuff from there at the beverage station. So you can also go there too. But please do check out Bloom Brew and check out the beverage station as well. I mean, hit both. Why wouldn't you not? You know what I mean? The only thing I will say about Bloom Brew is they are a single shop. You can buy singles of things, which is a very, 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 very good thing if you're like me and want to do a bunch of beer reviews. And the beverage station is packs. So you a 6-pack, 4-pack. You know, back in the day, not too long ago, it was half case. So PA's come a long way since then. And so, I mean, that's the nice thing. But again, I don't usually pick up 4-packs, 6-packs, the whole deal. So that's what I usually probably prefer the Bloom Brew. But whatever is your, choice container, do check out both. So there you go. Because they have different things, which is nice because variety is the spice of life. So there you go. So let's get an aroma on this one and see what we have for unicorns and hot air balloons. All right, cheers. There's a nice torrefied wheat smell. There's a little bit of grapefruit coming through. There's a little bit of a mustiness coming through that reminds me either of a slight peach or a slight pineapple quality kind of wafting through the back end. Slight earthy pepperiness. I don't know if there's there's a can on date. Holy crap. It is 9/26/2019. Missed the boat, it says, for some reason. Or maybe the unicorn missed the boat, so he had to do an air balloon. 80 days around the world. I don't know. So we're looking at about a month and a half for this. English. It's a hell of a thing. listening to the Don't Go in the House soundtrack by Waxford Records. Cheers. Yeah, that is weird. That's a weird brew. It's not your atypical, big, bold, vibrant tropical fruits hitting you in the face, juicy, good, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, I don't know if they were going for that. More information on the can would be better. But it's weird. You're getting almost like a slight lime quality. Maybe even a white grape, but not vibrant, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, there's a little bit of a quality in this beer that I'm trying to wrap my head around right now. I don't know. I'm going to say this right now. I don't like the beer. Okay? It's reminding me every time I drink it, every time I smell it. And, you know, memory is a big thing. And smell brings memory more so than anything. And this is known. I've never had this with a beer before. But every time I smell or drink the beer, it's reminding me of a big kettle of boiling corn cobs. Like you're doing sweet corn, which is not something that I should be smelling, if you know what I mean. Thinking, smelling, the whole deal. There's a little bit of a weird off, like starfruit or kiwi, not starfruit or lime quality that I'm just not sure about. A little bit of a mustiness in there. It's just not a good beer. It's just not a good beer. I can't kind of sway my brain away from that boiled corn cob thing, which is not a bad smell or a bad taste at all. I quite like doing that. Yeah, it's just very muted, little funkiness, little mustiness. We have the kind of muted, like starfruit, little muted lime. I mean, I'm sure there's a hint of a grapefruit in there too, musting around there. I'm going to be vinylized and chastised and all those things for saying this, but it just... It's just not my... I mean, there's probably people who adore this beer. Don't get me wrong. I understand beer is subjective. But it just has this little twinge to it that reminds me of like a little salt and lime kind of twinge at the end, which is really weird because I don't usually get that. It's just this little bit of a poof. There it is. I'm not a huge fan of the beer. It's not offensive. No, it's not offensive. It's haze for days. It's got nuances that remind me of tropical fruit, though. It's got a little bit of a low battery 10%. It's got a little bit of that in there, so I don't even know if that's actually still recording, even though the numbers are clicking. I have pants on, it's okay. Yeah, I just want to put that back there because I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's got all these things. It's got a little bit of like, as I said, I'm trying to kind of collate what I'm understanding in my brain and assimilating it rather, and then giving you some fruit tones, star fruit, a little bit of a lime, hint of a lime, nuance of a grapefruit, mustiness. Unfortunately, I wasn't trying to rag on the beer. Excuse me. I wasn't trying to rag on the beer when I mentioned the smell and what my brain kind of came up with. I'm just saying it reminds me of that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not just a huge fan of the beer. Now, it has tropical fruit notes, it's haze for days, blah, blah, blah. So technically, you could call this textbook. You could call this textbook. I'm not saying you couldn't. You can call this textbook. So ice cold, you probably wouldn't even get half of what I'm talking about. But the way I drink it now, get a lot of that. I'm not a big fan of the beer. I think they can do shit tons better. This is the first unicorn I've had, so hopefully they do improve. Their past past were better, or maybe the future was better. But this one I'm not a big fan of. I will say I'm not going to spit on the beer. I'm going to say it's a textbook. It's going to be 7.5 out of 10. And if you've had it, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Try not to spit on my face too much. I mean, it's just what I'm getting now, and I try not to be a dick, and I always be unbiased, and I try not to research stuff because I want to get the real deal, the real scoop on what I'm drinking, and not let outside influences deter me. And just because you're from Pennsylvania doesn't mean I'm going to praise you. It's one of those kind of deals. So I'm going to give it a. I really can see how people would like this, but I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm going to give it textbook 7.5. I'm not going to give this one again, and it might steer me clear of some of the other unicorns, but technically speaking, I should try them just to see. The only problem that I've had with the unicorn series is I went to Beverage Station a lot later after Bloom Brew, and the unicorns they did have were very, very old. And of course, you don't want to drink an old IPA because you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. But now having a fresh one, I'm not very happy about it, but if I see another one, definitely going to check it out, let you know my thoughts and opinions. And until then, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers.